What's going on, everybody? Ty here with 8 Times Up Outdoors. Welcome to Lake Trout Live, episode number 9. This is our all fishing weekly-ish broadcast that we do here at 8 Times Up Outdoors. Obviously, tonight I am here by myself. Aww. Chris got sick, so he's not able to make it tonight. But we have put together a list of gift ideas for the angler in your life. And most of the stuff that we have tonight is stuff that Chris and I have used, tested out. We love it. So we're gonna, share with you some of our favorite ideas. If you are tuned in right now, make sure you like this video, comment, share with friends. We are going to do a giveaway at the end of this video to just send out some Christmas spirit of some of our past Patreon swag that we have sent out. So we are going to dive in. We have ideas for stocking stuffers, and then we also have some ideas for some bigger gifts that I'm going to share with you. We had set up to have all these gifts where we could show them to you actually live on camera. With Chris being gone, we won't be able to do that, but I grabbed as much as stuff as I could kind of last minute and threw it together so that we can show you as much of this stuff as possible. So let's get after it. Hey, little shout out to Chris here from our friends over at GSO Fishing, saying hope Chris gets feeling better soon. Also, I was going to put this at the end, but since GSO is here right now, I am so excited about this. We are going to interview the people over at GSO Fishing next week on Lake Trout Live. They are a guide service out of Gunnison, Colorado, who just catch incredible fish constantly out of Blue Mesa Reservoir. So we're super excited to kind of pick their brain and sit down with them, maybe learn more than a thing or two. They have an incredible podcast that they're doing through YouTube right now that if you go to their website or their channel, GSO Fishing, subscribe to that. We've talked about it a couple times on the show, but I am super excited to get to sit down with them next week and just talk about all things fishing here on Lake Trout Live. So with that, let's jump in to our gift giving guide for 2023. And I'm going to start with all of our stocking stuffers as ideas to give to the angler in your life. So the first few that I'm going to go through are all lures that we have recommended in the past. These are some of the things that we just throw constantly. And for any fisherman, you can never have too many. Even if you already have one these, excuse me, if you already have one of these, then it's great to put another couple in there because you never know when you're going to snag one on a rock or catch it trolling or whatever. So I'm going to go through some of these lures real fast. Number one is the Mepps Flying C. This is a bigger spinner lure. It comes in pink and chartreuse and a bunch of other colors. All of these lures are linked in the description already, so you can go click and look at those. But the Mepps Flying C, that is actually the lure that Chris used to catch his giant lake trout early this season in May. You can see that video on our channel. It was him and his son were out early spring fishing, cold waves, lots of wind, but that's a cool video. But that was that Mepps Flying C. We also love the Thomas Lures Buoyant Spoon. This is a spoon with kind of a weird little notch in it, but that lure, for us at Taylor especially, if we are not catching fish, we put that lure on. It is one of the best just spoons we've ever fished before. There was actually a time on our Taylor trip with our buddy Corey in October where we had to take the line out of the water that had that lure on it because it was just catching, like we couldn't leave it in the water. It was like 30 seconds at a time and we'd catch a fish. So that's another great lure to check out. The Tom C and Castmasters. as always, Castmasters are one of our favorite lures. They come in all sorts of shapes, sizes, designs, and they are like one of the most versatile, multi-species fishing lure that I have ever come across. It works for everything. We used it at Lake Powell. We use it at Taylor. You can use it in streams. You can use it from the shore, trolling, whatever. It is just an incredible lure. So those are our 3 lure recommendations for stocking stuffers. Again, all of this stuff is linked in the description. We also said snap weights, which we have talked about those a few times. We have loved those for trolling purposes. They come in a kind of a big kit with a bunch of different options in them. It's like $30. That is linked in the description as well. So snap weights are a good one. And then we have a couple of fun things here. One of the things Chris wanted to talk about was a set of pliers that has that snap ring attachment at the top, which is just this little bit so that you can change out hooks and stuff really easy. You can take split rings off and on lures depending on what kind of action you're trying to get on those. So something like this is a great addition. This is not the pair we have linked in the description. We actually have a much better pair than these. These were the cheap ones I could grab quickly that weren't put away. So that's another great stocking stuffer. And then the other one I put down, this is actually something I got for Christmas a few years ago. These are the toadfish koozies. And if you're not familiar with toadfish, I personally thought this was going to be a total scam and hoax. So they have this little like suction cup ring on the bottom that they claim won't fall over on a boat. And so my wife got these for me. And I was like, there's no way. But if you use these on just a smooth, flat surface, I don't have a way to show this, but if you put it on the smooth, flat surface, if you try to knock it over, it won't fall over. But if you pick it straight up, then it will unhook and then you can take a drink out of your can. It's actually really, really impressive. They work great on boats. The little cup holders on top of coolers, if you have a cooler in your boat, these go perfectly inside of that and they stick really well inside of there. So if they get jostled around or bumped a little, they're not going to fall over. So these are awesome. They come with different fittings, so you can use them for the skinny cans or whatever. But absolutely love these toadfish kind of koozies for the boat. So that's another great stocking stuffer. And I think that covers the stocking stuffers. So now we will get into some of our gifts. These are bigger items, maybe a little more money, but we do have things kind of at all different levels. So depending on what kind of price range you're looking for or whatever, you can get, there's something for everyone in this. So the first thing that I definitely want to recommend, and this is selfish, but I'm also proud of it. So the first thing I want to recommend is so our Patreon support page has 2 different levels. It's $5 and $10 a month. And for that, at least 3 times a year, we will send out swag packs. These are limited edition kind of drops that we do that have featured all sorts of different things. We did a Yeti mug with a handle that we sent out to our Patreon supporters. This is one of my favorite mugs. We use this one all the time. We also did these tactical backpacks that have been used for a bunch of different stuff. I have mine geared up for fly fishing. I don't go fly fishing a ton, but when I do, this is the bag that I take with me. We have a bunch of friends that have used them on the shooting range and stuff like that. Hats like this can come in the pack. You just never know what's going to show up. We have done Carhartt lunchboxes before, a bunch of different items that get sent out usually about every 4 months. Sometimes we get ambitious and send them out every 3 months. Just kind of depends on what we find and production time like that. So, if you have someone in your life that is a fisherman or a fisherwoman, angler, as Jeremy told me to say, um, consider signing them up. It is too late to get the Christmas drop that is coming out next week or so. But if you sign up now, we'll send that stuff to them starting in 2024, and they'll get 3 or 4 packages throughout the year. So that's kind of a fun gift that doesn't just happen in one day. It's kind of spread out throughout the year. So make sure you do that. Patreon.com/8XUP Outdoors. You can get signed up over there for as little as $5 a month. So that is a great Christmas suggestion. But if you are looking for more, you are in luck. The next one I want to talk about, I am a big fan of this place because they have all sorts of different stuff. This is a site called Lakes, Rivers, Streams. I'm going to see if I can show that there. Lakes, Rivers, Streams, LRS. And they have done a bunch of different stuff. They have clothing and hats, gear bags, fly fishing stuff, all sorts of different things. This hoodie is one of my favorite hoodies. My wife actually got me this for Christmas last year from them. Absolutely love it. He just dropped a bunch of new gear over at his site. He has a limited edition ugly sweater that just came out that is absolutely incredible. He also did the playing cards that we have talked about before. These are some of my favorite playing cards just because they are absolutely gorgeous. All of the court cards and all of the suits are hand illustrated and custom drawn. So they are perfect. The Jokers are great. I do know he just released a t-shirt design with that Joker on it as well. So there's all sorts of different stuff. The aces, absolutely incredible. And these, if you don't know, as a career, my job is as a professional magician. So I am a playing card snob, to say the least. And so I was not expecting much out of the playing cards because most of the time you get these kind of playing cards and they're kind of gimmicky and they look cool, but they're not super great to handle. These, however, actually handle very, very well. They've held up. I have beat these cards up quite a bit just playing around with them. And so I've been super impressed with these cards. So these could be another great gift or another great stocking stuffer. LRS, Lakes, Rivers, Streams, check them out. The link is down in the description. They have stuff for everyone, guys clothing, girls clothing, hats, so much cool stuff. So make sure you check them out. Lakes, Rivers, Streams. Next up, this one, I got to grab it because our version is giant here. So this is a custom, hopefully you guys can see that, a custom landing net in this case. From our friend, I hope I don't screw up the name of this, Camacho. Greg, I hope I didn't just butcher your last name. Camacho Rodworks. He does custom rods, both freshwater, saltwater, fly fishing, all those custom rods and custom nets. You can put logo on them. You can put different like phrases on them and words. You can put your name on them. You can choose the colors of the wraps that you have on them, just all sorts of different things. He can customize the actual net head to be different colors in some cases. So there's a lot of different options. He is on Instagram, and that link is in the profile as well, or in the description. He did tell me, I reached out to him saying, hey, do you have any specials going on or anything right now? And he's out like, actually, I am sold out for Christmas stuff. He can't keep up with the demand right now. And so right now his suggestion is to send gift cards. He does have gift cards available. And then after the new year, he can start getting caught back up with some more orders for those kind of things. He does incredible work. We sent one to our friend Will over at the podcast And he did like a custom Whiskey the Pooh name on it and put their podcast logo on it and stuff. And it was, I mean, it was a gorgeous net. So all sorts of fun options you can do that way. So Comanche, I just click the link in the description. He does incredible work. So Greg is awesome. Next up, this is something that we're kind of new to. This is something I picked up for our trip to Lake Powell, trying to come up with different ideas for being, out camping for multiple days. We were out there for 4 days or so. And so I was looking for options for kind of a generator, portable, battery powered kind of thing. So this is from a brand called Jackery. And this is one of their smaller ones. This is the Explorer 300. And these things are awesome. I took this both to Lake Powell and to our last Taylor trip that I used it for some other stuff. They do have a input that you can use with solar panels. And so if you charge this up, or if you're gone for a long period of time or using it heavily, you can buy the solar panel attachment that you can hook to this and then charge this off of solar, which is super cool. I don't have that feature yet. I haven't tried it, but I've heard great things about it. But on our Lake Powell trip, I used this to charge phones, charge flashlights, used it to inflate an air mattress every night, and it lasted the entire time off of one charge from at home. Same thing, Taylor. I used it for charging my phone every night and some other stuff just because we had limited access to outlets, and this thing was great. So there's a link for these as well. They have all sorts of different sizes. You can check them out. But if you're looking for kind of a portable generator solution that doesn't need to be gas powered, definitely check out the Jackery line of generators. All right, what else do we got? Without Chris here, I feel like I'm one of those like television late night salespeople here. And here's your next option. So what else do we got? Next up, these, we love supporting local companies and businesses. Again, we're pretty picky on what stuff we're gonna put our name on. Even with our Patreon swag, we try to get pretty high quality gear that we're going to send out, not just trash stuff that you want to throw away. And so we test out a lot of stuff and use a lot of stuff that's not great. And we wouldn't tell you about that. But the stuff we're telling you about tonight is really good. So the next thing we have is Anything. This is a company out of Grand Junction, Colorado. It is called Loki. They do jackets, hoodies, all sorts of different stuff, clothing wise. And you're like, well, everybody does jackets. Loki is the only company I know. I'm going to try to show you this without putting it on because it's warm enough. I don't need to do that. But a lot of their stuff has like conversion aspects where you can convert certain things. Let's see if I can do this from here. I may not. I may have to put it on. So what this is, I'll just show you. So the sleeves on their jackets convert to mittens. There it is. So you can actually like cover your hands up. They're pretty functional. Super cool feature, especially when it's really cold. Ice fishing coming up. These jackets are a go-to for both Chris and I. They're water resistant very well, warm. I mean, it's not going to be your like -20 outside jacket, but these are absolutely incredible jackets. They also have the face shield that goes like is in the hood, and then you can pull the face shield over on top of them. So Loki, they do amazing stuff, and we're not sponsored by these guys or anything. These are just people that we have tested their gear and love it, and so we want more people to know about it. So check them out. They also have sweaters that are conversion, same way you can get them. Has the face mask and everything. Those are awesome. They were one of the first people that I ever saw doing that. Now got a little more common, but they also have the mitten ones for sweatshirts as well. So make sure you check them out at the link in the description. I've said that too much. You guys get it, right? Okay. Next up, what else do we got? The rest of this stuff was all going to be Chris's, so I don't have examples for any of this stuff to show you guys here. But the other four things we had were the drift socks that we talked about actually on the last episode of Lake Trout Live that you can use for trolling. So if you know someone that is trolling, fishing from a boat, often consider drift socks. Those are pretty cheap, but they're super helpful, not only for trolling, but if you're kind of jigging and want to be kind of moving through the water at a slower pace, those drift socks can be great for that. A fillet knife set. Chris got a new knife set that he took to Lake Powell, and all of us were pretty impressed with it for what it was. So check that out as well. We have that link in there. We also put a link for a backpack tackle box, which I do not have the one that is listed here, but my wife, again, Christmas present, my wife got me one a couple of years ago and absolutely love that thing. Mine has, I think it holds 4 of the Plano boxes. And so if I'm going to go walking down the shore or whatever, just grab the 4 boxes I need, throw them in the backpack box, and I can take those down with me. They're great. I prefer the backpack tackle box so much more than a conventional like hold it by the hand tackle box, because you can throw it on, grab your rods, grab whatever, carry your cool can, whatever you need to do. You can take those with you, and the backpack is just super functional. I know our buddy, everyone's favorite hippie Pete, has a backpack tackle box that actually has a cooler in the top, which I'm a little bit jealous of that function. So there's a lot of cool ones out there. We linked one that Chris has in the description as well. And then the last thing he put in here, which I think it's just because he fell in love with it this year when we took it to Lake Powell and Taylor, is Chris got one of the Humminbird Helix 7 fish finders, which I have as well. And those are kind of great entry level fish finders. They have the down imaging on them, which is super helpful for kind of seeing the terrain that is below you, finding structure, all those kind of things. So if you're looking to get kind of a bigger gift for someone that maybe doesn't have a fish finder on a boat or a kayak, I can see these being great for like kayak fishing as well. The Humminbird Helix 7 is a great option for a fish finder. Chris and I have both been super impressed with kind of usability of it, and as we're kind of new-ish to boat fishing, figuring some of those things out. There are some of those that are way over my head, but the Humminbird one has been great for being able to use it and figure it out without having to have a master's degree in electronics or anything. So Humminbird Helix 7 is also a great gift. I think I've blown through this list of ideas. So hopefully these are helpful as you check them out. Again, all the links are in the description. Some of those are affiliate links. We have started some affiliate stuff, and that's just to be able to do this more often. Be able to buy new gear, test out things, all those kind of things. And so if you do purchase something through those links, it's super helpful for us. And we appreciate that a ton for sure. Make sure to go to patreon.com/8timesupoutdoors, sign up for our Patreon, like, subscribe the video. I will also say this, I was thinking of this earlier. If you are a fisherman and you are watching this video, copy the link and send it to your significant other, and just like timestamp it and be like, hey, this is a great idea for buying me for Christmas. That will help you out because you'll get what you want. And that helps us out a ton because it gets some extra views on there as well. We are on a push to get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year. And so we're just over 320 right now. So we're kind of on pace still. Hoping to get there by the end of the year. So if you've made it this far, please hit the subscribe button. Also, if you have made it this far, we're going to do a giveaway for anyone that leaves a comment on this video. And let's go with anybody that just says Merry Christmas. This stuff looks awesome. So if you comment Merry Christmas, this stuff looks awesome, anytime in the next, we'll go 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, we'll announce a winner on the Lake Trout live episode that comes after our interview with GSO Fishing that is next week. So if you comment on this video, just say Merry Christmas, this stuff looks awesome. We'll do a drawing, and one of the items that will definitely be going in that is one of our Yeti 8 times up mugs. So if you want a chance to win one of those, make sure you comment on this video, like, subscribe as well. We would really appreciate that. For those of you that tuned in live, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. It makes it fun. Can't wait to see GSO is still here. They are on it. GSO, you guys are awesome. They are going to add some GSO jigs, which they have some incredible jigs. I just bought some before we went to Taylor this year. They are incredible. So they're going to add a little bonus to that as well. So thank you guys, GSO Fishing. They will be tuned in next week. So don't miss out on that episode. I am looking forward to that one. And until next time, tight lines, cool cans, and Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you guys have an incredible holiday season, and we will talk to you next week. All right.